Hi guys, I have a DIY for you today, and here's what you'll need. You'll need a hot glue gun, you'll need an X-Acto knife, 2 large Dollar Tree signs, one piece of carpet from the Dollar Tree as well. I love the colors of that carpet. A pack of craft sticks and some jute. This is the large nautical jute. Okay, that's what you'll need, you guys, so let's get started. And right now, all I'm doing is preparing my signs. I'm taking off the tags and the staples in the back that hold the little piece of rope so you can hang them, and the cute little sailboats that are in the front. We have to remove all of it. I'm going to be using one of those little sailboats for this DIY. I'm just finishing up to remove all the staples. I hope everybody's doing well. I am going to be enjoying this DIY. I think it's going to be good for the inside or the outside in the terrace or the balcony of your house. So I've got my 2 signs ready, and I'm going to be getting my craft sticks out because we're going to be using those now in a few minutes, and the hot glue as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get some hot glue and put it all along one of the signs in the inner part of the sign. And I'm going to go ahead and align it with the other one so that the height is the same, and I'm going to press them together so they could become one big board. Now I'm going to use the craft sticks to reinforce the 2 pieces of board together. And I'm going to be pretty liberal with the glue. I use Gorilla Glue, which is really strong bond. And there, we're going to place them all along the center of the 2 boards. Okay, so there I have glued all the craft sticks, and the board is feeling really secure. But just to make sure that it's super secure, I'm going to get a few more craft sticks, and I'm going to place them along the center of the board, going in the other direction, just to give it an extra added support. Ooh, this glue is really hot. Be careful. Don't burn yourself just like I just did. And I think I'm gonna have to cut this last piece. Yep. And there we have it. This board is really secure. So we can go ahead and start on the next step. I need to cut this piece of rug because I want, right now the rug is larger than the board, but I want the board to be larger than the piece of rug. What I want is to have 1/2 inch all around the border so that the rug is 1/2 inch smaller than the board all around. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure out 1/2 inch on the 2 short sides of the rug with a marker. And on the long side, I want to measure out a full inch because I'm trying to avoid cutting the too long edges of the carpet. So if I cut out a full inch on just one of the long sides, then I can center the carpet in the center of the board, and there'll be 1/2 inch all around. Just trying to avoid some work. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that 1/2 inch is going to work just fine so that after I can glue the jute all around the board. And that's going to work just fine. And now it's time to start cutting. This was not easy. I tried the scissors first, but there's no way. It was just so hard to cut through that rug with the scissors. So I did need to use the X-Acto knife, which you have to be very careful with. I went ahead and used my ruler, and I cut all along with the X-Acto knife. You have to just go over it and over it and over it until it just goes through the rubber. And then if you continue to go down a little further on the fibers, it makes it really easy to use the scissors. Make sure you don't go so deep that you'll scratch your table. But once I got the hang of it, it was quite easy. Once you cut through the rubber and you go ahead and bend it, it's not that hard to cut with the scissors. So now I'm starting to work on the long side of the carpet. And like I said, you just have to be patient and go over it enough times till you cut through that rubber. And then you see how you can just bend it and the rubber has been cut. Now, if I continue to go a little bit further down on the fibers, then it makes it really easy for me to use the scissors. You got to be a little patient with this part of the project. It takes a little bit of time. There I go, cutting the last piece. And I'm done cutting. Just cutting off the last pieces of fibers that are sticking out. And I'm going to use my lighter so that I can seal the edges and it doesn't fray. So now you place your carpet over the board and make sure that you center it when you're going to glue it down. And there's 1/2 inch all around. Sorry about my cuckoo clock. And I'm going to place the glue on the craft sticks. Make sure you use plenty of glue so that it stays on. Putting a good amount of glue on all the craft sticks. I'm just going to leave the last two until after I've placed the carpet in the center of the board. And you're going to press down on it hard. Make sure it sticks. So I remember that I went to this Dollar Tree the other day and I saw this beautiful jute which was really nautical. It was in a navy blue and natural color. So I remembered and pulled it out, and now I'm not sure which one I should use. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the blue and natural color. I loved this jute when I saw it, and I picked up 4 packs. Because what I've seen when I go to the Dollar Tree is that if I like something, if I don't buy a good amount at that moment, that when I go the next day, it's all sold out. So make sure when you like something, you pick it up. And I'm going to go ahead and place hot glue all along the edge as I press down on the jute. And 1 pack of this jute worked just perfect. I only had to cut off like an inch of jute that was left over. I just love the way that came out. And I'm gonna glue my little sailboat now, which looks really pretty with the jute in the border of the sign. I just love that. So I want to also give myself the option of placing this on the table or hanging it up. So I went ahead and used the little piece of rope that came with one of the signs and some craft sticks, and I was able to find a way of having that option of hanging it up or not. That's the little piece of rope that came with the sign, and I used one of them. I glued it onto the craft stick with plenty of glue, and I'm going to glue the other craft stick on top of that one, and then I'm going to secure it to my board. And then I'm going to make sure that I center it right in the middle of the board. And that was really, really sturdy and gave me no problems when I hung it up. That's just working just fine. Just give it a few minutes to make sure it dries completely. And there we have it, guys. I just love the colors on this piece of carpet. Those earth tones are beautiful. And the jute and the little sailboat, and it's so nice. I love the way it turned out. Let's go see how it looks on my terrace. And there it is, you guys. Like I said, you can hang it on the wall. You can place it on the table like I just did, or bring it inside. I hope you enjoy this DIY. Stay safe, everybody. Goodbye.